Today, a bombshell revelation has rocked British politics. Andrew Neil, one of the UK's most respected investigative journalists, has just exposed Labour leader Keir Starmer in a way that's shaking the very core of the Labour Party. Neil accuses Starmer of deceiving the British public with promises that mask a hidden agenda, one that's far more troubling than anyone expected. In a hard-hitting article published in a leading British newspaper, Neil goes after Starmer's economic strategy, claiming it's based on a deeply misleading message. According to Neil, Starmer has painted Labour as a party of fiscal responsibility, only to plan what he calls the largest tax increase in history. Neil's critique digs into what he describes as Starmer's dishonesty, saying it's a betrayal of trust for the British electorate, who look to their leaders for honesty and clarity. Neil points to specific policy changes as proof. Labour under Starmer has made shifts in working tax credits, introduced new taxes on working individuals, and proposed rising national insurance contributions for employers. Neil suggests that Starmer's economic vision directly contradicts his campaign promises, leading him to question whether Labour has a deliberate plan to secure power at any cost, even if it means betraying their core supporters. Neil's scathing critique paints Starmer as what he calls a stranger to the truth and a political chameleon. He claims that Starmer is willing to say and do anything to achieve his goals, a tactic that could endanger both the country and Labour's own future. Neil's take is especially powerful, given his long-standing reputation as a tough and principled journalist who holds leaders accountable. Neil further argues that Starmer's Labour is reverting to traditional borrow, tax and spend policies, completely undermining the image Starmer tried to cultivate as a fiscally moderate leader. And with Labour's first budget announcement looming, Neil contends this could reveal plans for higher taxes and pension fund changes, decisions that could alienate the very voters who believed Labour would practice fiscal restraint. But for Neil, this isn't just about policy, it's about character. He accuses Starmer of using Corbyn's principles to rise within Labour, only to abandon them when convenient. This portrayal of Starmer as someone willing to shapeshift for political gain could do severe damage to his image as a straightforward leader, a reputation he's worked hard to build. These revelations could have a ripple effect, eroding public trust in both Starmer and Labour on a national and even international level. Neil's investigation underscores a troubling trend in politics, a cycle of dishonesty that breeds public disillusionment with democracy itself. If leaders aren't accountable, how can citizens place their trust in the promises they make? Neil's work serves as a reminder of the essential role of independent journalism in a democracy, holding politicians accountable for their words and actions. With the rise of rapid media communication, transparency is vital, but it can also tempt politicians to engage in vague and misleading promises. So, the question remains, how will Starmer and his team respond? Will Labour's upcoming budget confirm Neil's warnings with tax hikes and increased spending? The answer could change Starmer's future as Labour leader and the fate of the party itself. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Andrew Neil's revelations will change how the public sees Keir Starmer?